So, we just dropped off our friends at the bus station here. We're in Mallorca now. As usual, it feels really empty once people leave. You know, you have people over and you're kind of in holiday mode, and it becomes your purpose and reason for getting up in the morning is to kind of have a good time and just see things and be tourists. And then when they leave, reality hits. And today, reality takes the flavor of varnish. We've let the varnish on the boat kind of go for a little bit too long, and it's really getting bad. So we'll see how it goes.
We made the most of some downtime to get started on some boat TLC and some jobs that we'd neglected. We quickly realised that the varnish is going to be an ongoing project for us, given the amount of bright work we have on the boat.
Yeah, where do you want to go?
So this place is so great. I mean, it's so interesting. It's just it's a tourist destination, but for Germans, clearly. Everybody speaks German.
Even the waiters and the waitresses in the bars and things in the restaurants.
All the menus.
It's so weird. Everything's in German.
Every single person
So
you see
weird.
is speaking German. It's crazy.
Welcome to Mallorca.
Yeah.
Our friend Aurelie came to stay, and she is a sourdough queen. She brought us a little starter and gave it a go when she was here. But this is the first bread we've made since she's left, and it's really good. Just tastes like France to me. I love it. We made our way over to a town called Alcudia, as we'd heard that they had a good chandlery and we needed to buy some parts. Wait a sec. Okay.
Someone call Steven.
Coming into Alcudia. I love coming into places at this time of day. It's just so stunning. The colours are beautiful, and obviously in Spain what makes it even better is the houses are all white. It's pretty.
I can save you, just give me time.
Good morning. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning here in Alcudia, in Mallorca. Alex is still asleep, and it's just so quiet. It's like being on a lake. I love it. But of course, when it's this still and this quiet, instead of being woken up by waves and wind and noises, you get woken up by mosquitoes. I've woken up with so many mosquito bites.
Good morning. We're just about to head into shore to run some errands. I feel like we're always running errands. We're gonna go to the chandlery here and maybe walk to the old town and pick up some food. It's still as a lake. It's crazy. We're not used to it. It feels like we're in the marina.
Ready?
Yeah,
Let's do it.
let's go.
You're just so small.
I'll get my tiptoes.
So we've arrived in the old town of Alcudia, which is about a 15-20 minute walk inland.
From the port.
Yeah, away from the port. And it's pretty nice. It's pretty cool.
It's quite quiet, but
Well, it's the end of the season,
you can really feel it.
plus COVID, and you can really tell. I think for us it's particularly weird because it's like, I don't know, I think cruising and sailing during the summer when everybody else is doing it and everybody is on holiday, you kind of forget that it's, I don't know, it's a different feeling having it be your normal life when you notice everybody else going back to normal life and people going back to school, going back to work.
Yeah, and it's the first year for us that that's really the case as well. So I think we're kind of like, oh wow, this is for, like, we're going to be here for a bit longer.
Yeah, it's a good feeling though. I kind of like it.
Yeah, it feels good. Once again, we managed to stumble upon a beautiful historical old town. The town of Alcudia is one of the oldest in Mallorca, existing before the cities of Palma and Pollença. It's surrounded by a medieval wall, and a lot of the buildings and houses in the old town date back to the 13th century. The whole area was Roman for a while, before the Moors built Alcudia, which means in Arabic, the town on the hill. It's interesting as you'll often find a port town and an inland town with the same name in Mallorca. The reason for this is that a lot of the older towns, like Alcudia, were built a few miles inland to protect from pirates. The ports were only developed in more recent years as a response to tourism. Whenever we're anchored near a town, we make the most of it to reprovision the boat. This usually turns into a mammoth challenge since we want to carry back as much as humanly possible to avoid having to later change our plans and quickly find a supermarket after running out of supplies. The cheap and big supermarkets aren't usually on the beach, so we mentally prepare ourselves for what's often a 15 to 20, sometimes 30-minute walk back to the boat with the weight of our shopping.
We went for a swim the other day and noticed that the zinc on the prop is gone, and I don't know how. Yeah, I should probably think about how, but it means we need a new one because all the sort of stray currents and all the, what do they call it? Galvanic corrosion is all being led to the prop and the shaft and everything, and then that zinc is what's meant to corrode instead of everything on the boat. So we need to put a new one on there, but I don't know how big or what size or anything because it fell off. So I'm going to go dive down and see if I can figure out what to put on there. That's the circumference at the widest point.
Okay.
Can you pinch it, measure it?
Yeah. There.
Yeah.
Lars has just had to race off to the shops because they close in like half an hour to go get the zinc, and then we can basically leave. And I've got to defrost the fridge because it keeps frosting up. Looking forward to it. We're changing anchorage. We're going to go to one north of Alcudia in the bay that's just above it. And again, we've got another like sunset sail, and it's just stunning.
Songs we'd sing.
We'd seen a small anchorage on the charts that we wanted to check out, but we weren't sure if there'd be space for us as it was already getting late. Back, huh? We're in this bay and we thought it'd be a really good idea to drop anchor and bring a line ashore, so we're currently doing that, but the sun's just gone down. We've been trying to not anchor on Posidonia either, which is why we're doing it, because we found a patch of sand. Otherwise we'd be outside in like 16 meters. So yeah, Lars is currently pulling us with the dinghy. Here we are, we made it. The only boat with a line ashore. It's always a risk when you do it, because also you don't know how it's gonna go and everyone's watching you.
Yeah.
But I think we did okay.
I think we did pretty well.
Morning.
Morning.
I love this spot.
It's so nice.
So we're beautifully anchored up here with this line ashore you can see just behind me, and then anchored up in this little bay. Looks great. And last night when we came in, we had deliberately scoped out a little patch of sand to drop the anchor in, because the Posidonia, the seagrass, is protected, and so we deliberately anchored right on the sand and then pulled back onto here. But
Oh my god, is that Ed?
I think it is. Look who it is. Hey!
This was our friend's boat who we'd met back in Alcudia. We'd had no idea that they were in this area and we hadn't seen them since we left, but they happened to come into the same tiny anchorage as us that day.
Crab on our rudder. Oh, yeah? I'm worried about my ears.
Oh no! Get your ear fixed.
Yeah.
I'd mind. What Lars was in the middle of saying when our friends arrived earlier was that we'd just been told off by the Posidonia police, yes, that's a thing, as our anchor chain was touching the seagrass. They were friendly but asked us to re-anchor, so we did. We thought that only the anchor had to be on the sand, but it turns out the whole chain has to be.
There's Navika over there. We've just dinghied in. And we're hiking up. I can't quite find a trail. All we can find is people's
Let's go!
This is gross. It's like...
So, it doesn't look like goat shit.
No, it's definitely human.
So we've been trying to find the path for about 20 minutes and we're not getting very far. We're also not wearing the right footwear. Both of us are wearing Birkenstocks, so I mean it's really pretty, but it's basically like rock climbing. And I've lost Lars because he's adamant that there's a route. We just tried going in the other direction and couldn't find his trail. And we tried going this way and came to this big lump of rocks. So now we're not really sure what to do. I'm just enjoying the view. I don't know how we're going to get down this. Should we go see? Hey, buddy. Do you want me to get in?
Yeah. Ladies first. Nice work.
Can you just keep a lookout?
I think you're okay. I love that everybody waves on the water. It's kind of like a, yeah, you boat, we boat, we all boat.
Lars is hard at work on the way, and we're on our way to Palenza. Should be there in about 20 minutes or so. Thanks for watching this video, and see you next time as we discover the incredible northern coast of Mallorca.